playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold out GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Coming up, it's the final game of Wildcard Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Traffic waiting for him up the middle, but give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. First carry now for Pierre Strong. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
This is fielded at the 27. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
Ready. Hey, thank you.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. Takes it to about the 37.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. With the snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
allowing the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Second down and a run by Robinson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back over to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Love. And that is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. The ball comes out.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Second down, here's Strong once more. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. A nice run right there. And we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of. And here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Love now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterback in 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Play fake. Here's Love. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after one. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing is Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action this time with Love. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him.
Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Okay, ready?
The fumble on first down now. Here's 2nd down. Working out of the gun. Love. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks. Say, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. But guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Strong, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
From the 24, Wilson. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
He'll take this to the 46.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Second and 7. Second down. Here's Strong once more. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On third down, Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Love, they go play action now. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And this one is incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Love got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 42. Love. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
On the set.
7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down.
Go. 17.
Love looking to throw it. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 20. 31 yards on the punt there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we're at halftime of this AFC Wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Robinson up the middle. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
3rd and 2. Love with it. Found his target. It's Anderson. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Raiders are going to get a new set of downs.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
In motion right is Watkins. Jordan Love ready on first down here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Donald Parham, 31 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Makes the score, Raiders 10, Chiefs nothing.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads you into bigger errors.
Now a throw here, hauled in, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mitchell. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he will have a Chiefs first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. To throw is Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Mitchell. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll get this down to the 10. Mike McGlinchey, the Notre Dame man, guilty on that one. Now Wilson. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 30 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Strong, and he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
Wilson. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Quan Alexander. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Point after try forthcoming. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Makes the score Raiders 17, Chiefs 0.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they are most likely staring at a cold end of their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now on 2nd and 13, Wilson. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
A 3-yard loss on the play. It's 4th down.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep them cranking high right here.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Love. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
We have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if that. And now here is another interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he's going to get this down near the 25. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments. Well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Again, it's Robinson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just with silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to...
He's got a man, complete. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee.
Come on, set.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs.
And there it is, that symbol that ends a game that one team loves and the other team can't stand, taking a knee. And guess what? The visitors came in and got it done. Wild card round, first step on their way trying to get to the Super Bowl.
First step indeed. They're underdogs. We'll see if they can continue to make some noise in the playoffs, but a good first step. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.